So SmackDown Live starts with women that are pissed because of the Money in the Bank results of the women's first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So they're in the back, they're arguing with Daniel Bryan. Well, they argue amongst themselves, and then Daniel Bryan comes out. They want a decision made. They talk about Ellsworth not being in the match, and it was a travesty, blah, blah, blah. Just as everybody else was saying, because that was a garbage ending to that freaking match. So Daniel Bryan said that he'll have a decision made by the end of the freaking show, and he'll hear everybody out, including Carmella. So, well, what do you know? Carmella comes out, and she said that basically she was trending. Carmella was trending worldwide, but not in a positive way. It was about how she won the Money in the Bank briefcase, disrespected a historic moment, how she made a mockery and needed Ellsworth in order to win the match. And then she says, who cares? Okay, yeah, we all do. And she actually says that she was overlooked and underestimated, and she was actually the last person to be drafted in the draft. Well, rightfully so. Bitch, you got no fucking talent compared to all these other women, and that's even Lana at this point. No one gives a fuck about Carmella. Even though I predicted that she would fucking win because of Ellsworth, she absolutely needed to win that way because she couldn't do it on her fucking own. I mean, come on. Just... No. Okay, look. She runs down the other women, how saying that, okay. She runs down the other women that were in the match, and she's like, okay, while they were off trying to make history, I was trying to secure my future. Which, okay. Then she runs down a little bit of the history of the last couple of years in Money in the Bank. She's like, wait a minute. A couple of years ago, Kane helped Seth Rollins. And a couple of years ago, Bray Wyatt interfered and pushed Roman Reigns off the ladder. So, okay. But the main difference is, Ellsworth did push Becky Lynch off that ladder. But if Carmella would have climbed up and grabbed the briefcase itself, that would have been absolutely fine. It was the fact that Ellsworth is the one that climbed up and grabbed the briefcase and dropped it to her. That was the point. And the funniest thing about that was that plays into a lot of Daniel Bryan's decision later on. So, yeah. After all of that, and she's like, look, all you internet trolls complaining, but I miss Money in the Bank, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, fine. So, Charlotte basically goes up to Daniel Bryan, and even Daniel Bryan was like, she is right, there is no DQ, but Charlotte's like, wait a minute, but yeah, no DQ for those that are, sanctioned in the match, but wait a minute, no DQ was basically, okay, yeah, anybody that's under WWE contract can actually come out and interfere, and Charlotte, but she just basically tells Daniel Bryan to do the right thing. So, the New Day, they planned to sport the blue and silver belts, but didn't happen. So instead of, the Usos penitentiary, they say they're going to invite the Usos to the New Day playpen, and Warden Deputy. Yeah, Big E is going to be their warden now. So you had a match between Big E and Jimmy Uso in one-on-one competition. And it's funny because, Jay tried to pull Jimmy and they tried to, run again, even though there was no belts on the line and stuff like that. But Kofi Kingston prevented that, and Big E actually wins with the big ending. Okay, that's fine. Why is Natty trying to kiss up to Daniel Bryan about a happy belated Father's Day and yeah, welcome back, and I understand that you had a lot of sleepless nights. Oh, and I had a lot of sleepless nights too with my cats and so on and so forth. I'm like, Natty, what the fuck are you going on about? Natty, shut the hell up. And Tamina is the one that shuts her up and interrupts Natty. And she's like, look, if Daniel, make a decision, because if I have to hear Carmella run her mouth again, I'm going to put my foot in it. Okay, that's fine. And again, Daniel Bryan was like, yeah, I'll make a decision. And walks away. And they, So, Naomi has an interview and talks about the Money in the Bank. And talks about the participants in the Money in the Bank and the results of it. And says that, yeah, of course she didn't like it. But She said that she doesn't care who the winner of the Money in the Bank is. She doesn't care who's in the contract because she's going to be ready, so she hopes that they're ready. And Lana actually comes up and she's like, look, if it wasn't for that distraction, Lana actually surprised a lot of people because it actually looked like that she could have won that match. And then Carmella did come out, and it was a distraction for Lana. Yeah. Naomi. It took Naomi to have Lana have a believable match. Think about that. So Lana challenged her for next week. So next week, yeah, and Naomi was like, girl, you thirsty, but since I'm a fighting champion, I'll give you another shot. So Lana next week is going to get another shot at the women's championship. Maybe this is going to shape up the way Money in the Bank should have. But anyway, you have Orton, that was on a one-on-one interview, says that he lost control and that, okay, he remembers about the Authority, Evolution, Legacy, about the numbers game, and he understands that. But he says that Jinder crossed the line because he messed with his family, so maybe he will have to mess with Jinder's family. He said that this is not over and that it's personal, and that maybe he has to go to India and start doing things with Jinder's family and give RKOs to everybody in India until he pays back. Maybe he has to disrespect Jinder's family. Yeah, it's not open, it's not over, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's fine. So, you have Nakamura versus Ziggler for the first time on WWE Smackdown Live, and it was actually a good fucking match. It looked like actually Ziggler could have pulled it off, but he didn't. Nakamura actually ends up winning the match, and a very good match to boot. It was. That was basically the highlight of the wrestling week so far, was Ziggler versus Nakamura. So, you have Zack Ryder talking to Daniel Bryan. And they go over the footage on when Zack Ryder won that Battle Royal so the Hype Bros can receive their tag team championship opportunity. And basically the Hype Bros were back there because Mojo was right there with Zack Ryder, and he's like, look, I've been out for 6 months, but I'm back. That shouldn't have any statute of limitations. We earned our shot. But Daniel Bryan was like, a lot has changed since then. And he's like, next week, you can earn your opportunity again against the Usos. So basically, it'll be next week, the Usos versus the Hype Bros. And I guess if the Hype Bros win, they get a championship opportunity. Okay, that's fine. Becky. Okay, Sami Zayn actually was talking to Daniel Bryan and stuff like that. And Sami Zayn next week will face Baron Corbin and think that, he has his number. But Becky Lynch walks up and she's like, look, I work hard and all these other people take shortcuts. It doesn't matter how much hard I work, And she says that she always sees it coming as far as people taking shortcuts and doing things to her, but it happens anyway. Okay, that's just... Yeah, because Becky Lynch, she's been being jumped. Even though she was the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion, it didn't really freaking go anywhere. And now look at how she's treated. I'm telling you, she's basically the cut foreskin of the WWE Women's Division on SmackDown Live anyway. She's just... Oh, God. Poor Becky. So, you got Kevin Owens coming out, and he says that everyone conspired against him in that match in Money in the Bank because he was the threat and he was the one that was going to win. But since he's a fighting champion, as far as the United States champion, he's still the United States champion. He's still here and he's not broken. So he's going to have an open challenge from anyone from Dayton, Ohio. So AJ Styles comes out and he's like, yeah, okay, open challenge. Yeah, it'll be great to beat you for the United States championship. But Kevin Owens is like, whoa, didn't you hear? I said that anyone from Dayton, Ohio. So, American Alpha music hit, and I was like, oh, so where the fuck have you guys been? Why are you not competing or going against or challenging the Hype Bros or challenging the Usos or challenging the New Day? Or beating up the Ascension like Breezango does? But anyway, American Alpha comes out, and Jason Jordan goes back, and Chad Gable goes to the ring. And Kevin Owens is like, wait a second, didn't you hear? You're not from Dayton, Ohio either. And Chad Gable was like, yes, I am. I just moved here. And they described the street that he lives on and everything. And so AJ Styles was like, yeah, okay, start the match. And goes on commentary. So even though Chad Gable tried, to no avail, yeah, Kevin Owens, still the United States champion. Go figure. I didn't think they were going to have him lose to Chad Gable. I just know that wouldn't make any sense to me. Even though American Alpha isn't doing anything else. So, oh God. So, look. Again with... I think it's kind of funny that even though the tag team situation is all messed up, that you're going to have Zack Ryder and oh God, Zack Ryder and Hype Bros are going to actually try to earn an opportunity for the tag team belts. I just have to go back to that. I don't know. Just, damn. Funny. It's just funny, that's all. Because I'm not into the Hype Bros. I'm just not. And that's because of freaking Mojo Rawley. I'm just not sold on him, okay? So, Daniel Bryan goes to the ring. Calls all the other women out that was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, including Carmella. Runs down the situation and saying, yeah, there's no DQ. Carmella made some good points. And then everybody starts jumping on each other about it. Ellsworth interrupts him and interrupts Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan actually threatened him because James Ellsworth was like, yeah, you're soft, you know, you became a dad and everything, and you're taking care of your little girl, blah, blah, blah. And Daniel Bryan was like, if you talk about my little girl again, I'll punch you so hard and then I'll fire you. And I'm like, and that got the, like, a big yes chant. I admit it. I was even at home talking about, yep, yes, do that. But it didn't happen. So, Carmella, you know, said that they're holding the cards here. And then that's when all the women interrupted. Becky was the first to interrupt. She's like, look, no. You know, something has to be done about this. Natty, you know, you better shut it. And everybody was basically saying, shut up or I'll make you look like Ellsworth, or you'll already be looking like Ellsworth. Ellsworth was basically the target of insults when all those women were in that ring. But then Daniel Bryan is like, all right, look, yes, Carmella had a good point about people helping others win the Money in the Bank ladder match, but not going up and getting the briefcase themselves and handing it to someone. That's never happened. We're in uncharted waters. So basically, yeah, we're about to make history as and Carmella is going to be the first to have to give the briefcase back. So Daniel Bryan is he stripped Carmella of this Money in the Bank and says that next week they're going to do it all over again. And that kind of got some boos because I guess people were expecting it for that night in Dayton, Ohio. But in Los Angeles, oh yes, my home, you're going to have... Is it going to happen in Los Angeles? I don't think SmackDown Live... But anyway, yes. Next week, another Women's Money in the Bank ladder match is going to take place. So Daniel Bryan takes the briefcase. He walks out. Things break down. In the ring, you have Natty and you have Tamina that get kicked out of the fucking ring, which leaves Carmella alone with Becky and Charlotte. She gets a natural selection and she gets the disarmor. Okay, fine. So, you get Jinder Mahal versus Luke Harper for the main event. I love that entrance for Jinder Mahal. If you haven't seen the entrance, take a look. It is good. Come on. Look, I give that all the credit in the world. So while he's facing Luke Harper, though, you have Baron Corbin come out with the Money in the Bank briefcase and circles the ring, and he's like, look, I got my eye on you. And basically, it's like, look, you best beware. I have this. But Jinder did not take his eyes off of Baron Corbin. It almost cost him the match. But he did not take his eyes off Baron Corbin for a second, especially when that music hit and he went around the ring and he went all the way to the back. So, you had Luke Harper that was going to, finish Jinder Mahal off, but then one of the Singh brothers hit the apron, almost got the clothesline, and then that's when Jinder Mahal hit the Colossal. They call it the Colossal, the freaking Cobra Clutch Slam, and beats Luke Harper. Then Randy Orton's music hits, and he comes out, basically dismantles the Singh brothers, and basically goes in the ring and dismantles Jinder Mahal. Inside the ring, outside the ring, upon the freaking timekeeper's, area. He fucking... Look, Jinder Mahal basically got destroyed. Much like their first match at Backlash before the match, when Jinder Mahal pretty much got destroyed. But Jinder Mahal came back after that and won the championship. But not this time. No. He was almost getting ready for an RKO, but the Singh brothers interfered. Beat down Orton until Orton got the other hand. He got the upper hand and hit the RKO on one. And it was a botched RKO from the other one because the other Singh brother came off the middle rope. And it was supposed to be a catch RKO, but it was all botched up. Yeah. But Jinder Mahal goes to the crowd and Orton is in the ring. And that basically ends the show. I gotta give this credit. At least SmackDown was better than Raw again. At least SmackDown had more point and purpose again. At least SmackDown had more face and heels ending up on top, so it equaled out. But Raw, man, I don't know about Raw. But SmackDown, at least that was a better show. And it answered the prayers of everyone. Okay, so you're going to have another Women's Money in the Bank ladder match on SmackDown in order to determine it. I wonder if it's actually going to be a finish. Maybe there won't be. Maybe... What, is Ellsworth going to take others out and then Carmella's going to climb the ladder this time and get the fucking briefcase? I don't know. And then you're going to have a championship match next week. You're going to have Lana defending, she should be defending, Naomi defending against Lana. Could Lana win here and get cashed in on by someone? Who knows? But anyway, what do you think about my opinions? Am I full of shit? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please leave a comment below. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. I'm always open for a debate about wrestling. Drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers over top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Ladder matches, Money in the Bank ladder matches. Cheap pops, boos, cheering, all that shit. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme. And I'll see you later. Credits.